Things seem fantastic so far. Let's see. All right, so now 13% of my frames are dropping. According to this, 13% of my frames are dropping. Looks like it's a very small amount of frames that are dropping, so. The PulseChain Bridge, here it is. All right, how does the stream look so far? Like if I move my hands around, wave my hands, does everything look cool? Does everyone want to learn about how to use the PulseChain Bridge? Let's see. Let's look at some of this. Let's see. Don't have a whole lot of stuff open here. Got quite a few windows open. All right. All right, PulseChain. So the bridge is live for PulseChain. And what that means for a bridge to be live is that people can port funds from one blockchain network to another blockchain network. Like when you're working within a blockchain, you can only really trustlessly, in a total decentralized way, in a way that doesn't require any trust, you can only work within that blockchain itself, such as Ethereum. When you're working through Ethereum, you can only deal and work through Ethereum itself. So now with PulseChain, now that the PulseChain copy has happened and we have PulseChain live on mainnet, people want to be able to bridge, so to say, the funds on their PulseChain to Ethereum and vice versa, to bring funds from Ethereum to PulseChain. A lot of people want to know how that happens. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it in a live fashion. And after I do some typing here. In fact, I should probably share this on Twitter. If the audio is working fine and everything here is working fine, I think it's time for us to go. The video lags though. I'm hearing that the video is lagging. Dang. That sucks. So what I'll try to do is not move at all. If I barely move, then maybe it'll work. But here's what we got. I think I'm going to start this video over and get video quality that doesn't suck. That's what I'm thinking. What can we do? We can take this and make it tinier. That might work. Yeah, that indeed might work. I think I pressed the wrong button. Totally did. Did you see that? Did you see that weirdness? Okay. All right, so first things first with PulseChain. Let's see how this video goes. Let's see what lag there is. Let's see how this does. You can always just ignore me down here at the bottom. All right, I'm watching my own lag to see what happens. All right, so it's meaningful on PulseChain if we can get Ether currency to PulseChain, and we can get Ether currency from PulseChain to Ethereum. Wouldn't that be useful? Well, that's done through a bridge. And bridges they're not completely decentralized. They're not, meaning that they don't have like perfect security, and they can have problems. Now, heads up, I've never used PulseChain's bridge ever, so I don't know how this is going to work. Hopefully, it works better than PulseChain itself has been working, because PulseChain itself seems like a pretty failure for a launch, for a main net launch, and things can only get better, right? That's the good news. So I've never used this, but I've used many bridges, and I'm familiar with the expectations. So let's get started on this. All right, so here I'm connected to PulseChain. So I'm looking to bring things from PulseChain to Ethereum. I'm going to look in that way, because I think that's valuable. It's valuable that you're able to do something with your tokens on PulseChain that has real world economical, financial positivities, right? Financial utility. So on PulseChain here, when you click this little WETH thing, this gives you a list of what assets you can work with. And that's pretty cool. Hey, I managed to have a little bit of this on there. That's fun. All right. So I got my PulseX. Where's my Pulse? Should show right here. Okay, I got like 54,000 Pulse right now. Liquid Pulse. All right, now that would be really useful if DAI or WETH or wrapped ether. If DAI or wrapped ether can be moved from PulseChain to then that'll be super, super useful. Next thing, let's talk about the exchange. So any of these, well, before the exchanges, so any of these tokens I can move from PulseChain to the Ethereum world, like PulseX. Now, I don't know what PulseX exchanging is going on Ethereum, but we can see. Let's go to Dex Screener, PulseX. I mean, I don't know if these are actually the PulseX tokens, but that's not helpful. Let's see. All right, yeah, that's not helpful to me, and it won't be helpful to you. What would be helpful is if this said what the token, like, so here's where the coins are coming from. My PulseX tokens on PulseChain, and there are currently like 62 million of them. That's the source. Now, where's the destination? The destination is going to be Ethereum or on the Ethereum network. But what token? I guess there's one way to find out. And that one way to find out is just send it. Right? Okay, it's going to take a small fee. What are these limits going to show me? All right, it looks like the limit is 1 trillion PulseX daily limit. Currently 1.7 billion has been moved. Okay. Yeah, let's see what this looks like. I'm going to send it. So we're going to authorize the bridge. Please authorize the bridge to access it. All right, let's authorize that. Use the default. Next. So here is where MetaMask is asking me, like, hey, bro, do you want to do this? Yo, DGen Hex account. Hello. And I'm going to be like, yeah, all right. So here's my spending cap. Yeah, let's have it maximum to 100. Let's review it. Let's approve it. Wait, hold on a second. Is this actually doing a transaction to approve it? That is so lame. All right, the reason why that's lame is because that costs gas to do that. Oh, that's right. And the scanner barely works. Let's see how much gas that cost, or is potentially going to cost. We'll see. All right, anyways, that's super lame if that's the case, because there's a thing now with ERC20 or PulseChain RC20. There's a thing called permits, and it's a way that you can spend a token without paying gas to approve it. Instead of paying gas to approve it, when you send the transaction, you end up sending like a signature of you approving it. So a cryptographic signature instead of the gas itself. See how much gas that cost. hold on, 4.8 million Gwei for the base fee. And PulseChain is called Beat. But by the way, this is, for reference, this is similar to a 480 Gwei fee on Ethereum, which is pretty massive. Let's look at the gas tracker. All right, Ethereum is 67 Gwei, PulseChain is 480. Wow. Sorry, I'm just fascinated by how, like, PulseChain, I don't think should have been released. I think it really should have been worked on more. But out of curiosity, let's see what it is on Polygon. Polygon scan. Polygon's usually pretty high. 134, 131 Gwei. Okay. All right, so next we actually send it. Yay. Okay, I'll tell you what though. Okay, the gas fees here suck. I'm gonna run out of PulseChain gas by the time this is done, which I think is funny. But I'll tell you what, so far this UI is pretty awesome. Like, this UI is super awesome. I think it's great. I think whoever did it is like freaking awesome. All right, let's see. Yeah, so people have they've run out, unexpected things have happened here with PulseChain. And the whole motto is have no expectations, which is, it's kind of hilarious. And I like that Jack Levin from Zen will say things like, have expectations. Me personally, I know expectations, whenever you have them, they set things up for failure. They set you up for, having expectations really aren't that great. It's like you're demanding the world to do things. So let's see what happened with this. All right, looked like it passed. Click here to begin a new bridge. You can see the status of this bridge at any time on the transaction page. All right, makes sense. Probably saves it as some different cookies. Application. So here's the development console. I did right click. I went to inspect. Go to application. Let's see what cookies we got here. Never show claim. False. Mainnet RPC URL. App version. Sometimes I like to spy on apps and look at this. By the way, the Genius app, start.jenny.app, it's got some nice stuff in the application local storage. It's got some cool things to look at. All right. Well, I don't want to create a new bridge. I do want to switch, like it suggested. Switch back to Ethereum mainnet. And according to that, I think it was saying I'm able to claim. What is infinite unlock? That sounds kind of cute. All right, so once again, I have never used this app. I'm just using typical user interface expectations to figure things out. Now, that would be really cool if, that would be pretty sweet if, like, I could add the PulseX to my MetaMask. That'd be pretty nice. So right now I'm looking for a way to do that, to claim it. Maybe it takes a while. I don't know, maybe it takes a while. It looks like there was a bug. I do a bunch, when I'm in the developer console, I type a bunch of Ks just to like, oh wait, you can't see it. You can't see the Ks. Let me move myself. Allow me to move myself up here. There you go. It looks kind of like I'm looking down at the screen, right? Hope I didn't trip you all out when I was moving the camera, all right, or the screen. All right, so I put a bunch of Ks in the console when I just want to like clear things. Maybe there is a clear command. There is. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, come on, show me the transactions. And there's a bug again. What is this bug? Okay, looks like they're expecting to grab some information, but they're not getting any back. I mean, that's my guess. I don't know. Bridge. All right, PulseChain Bridge. Connected to Ethereum. Let's switch back to PulseChain. All right, so I'm using this to send 100 PulseX over to Ethereum. See if it'll show me my transactions now. No, it doesn't show me my transactions. All right, I'm sorry, but what kind of bullshit app is this? It looks good. Parts of the UI are pretty sweet. Hold on, let me just do some of this. All right, the next thing it wanted me to do is to switch and then claim to that. Let's see. Ugh. Anybody got any guesses on what to do? Okay, DGen Hexagon says transaction button at the top. Yeah, that's failing. Unless it doesn't fail again. Nope, it failed again. Okay, using other APIs. That's fine, I guess. If I do this. No? What was that? What's it trying to tell me? Notice request rate exceeded. Okay, so here's the problem. The request rate is exceeding from my machine. This happens a lot for anybody who is using any of these decentralized apps. What will often happen is your client, your whatever you're connected to, or even yourself, it'll put in too many requests to a server that is interfacing between, like, that's basically connecting you to Web3 or connecting you to a blockchain. And the problem with using these is that the request rate gets exceeded all the time. You know, I mean, we can't expect everyone to have one of their own servers running because not everybody's familiar with that. Or maybe people's like operating system can run all these servers. That would be pretty nice. But okay, so let's see. While your application, wait, hold on. That's pretty nice that this message came in here though. The default keys for each service are provided as a highly throttled community resource for low traffic projects in early prototyping. While your application will continue to function, we highly recommend signing up for your own API keys to improve performance, increase your request limit. Okay, ethers. I don't expect anybody to know how to use ethers. Okay, so their JavaScript uses ethers. Ah, man. Well, I'm going to say that this is going to go beyond the scope of your average person doing this. Because I don't think your average person is going to be inside this console. All right, so that's how you PulseChain Bridge. You don't. Just kidding. You do, but don't expect to get too far. Let's try it the other way now. So somewhere floating out in the world, my PulseChain wallet has, like, here's a test I did earlier with WETH. I'm pretty sure this is a scam account. So I have like 1.9 WETH. Pretty sure it's a scam account. All right. So in reference, I didn't actually put 2 Ether of value for this, but what I believe is significantly less. Let's check this out. All right. Well, that would be kind of cool if, wait, what am I connected to? PulseChain. That would be kind of cool if, oh, where is the WETH on here? Okay, according to this, my balance is 0 for WETH. Right. Yeah, it seems like I'm not going to be able to use this because of a rate exceeded. But let me try some stuff. Wrapped ether in my ass. Yeah, that was like this. Okay, I do have 1.9 of that. So this is going to be called like Weth, like Robert Weth. All right, I'm supposed to receive that. No, don't do it. Don't do it, Robert. It's going to be a waste of PulseChain gas. What is kind of cool is when you have Weth selected here, you can have the bridge unwrap it for you, so you don't have to unwrap it yourself. That's kind of cool. So if you have Weth on PulseChain, according to this bridge, you can receive Ether currency. But let me look at how to get Weth. Like, how do you get Weth? Validators out of gas. All right, so DGen Hexagon is telling me that the validators are out of gas. So receiving transaction delayed because of validators out of gas. Just close the browser and reopen. When you're talking about validators, do you mean the block validators? Like the PulseChain block validators? Are those the ones running out of gas? Be kind of interesting. All right, so does anybody know how to get Weth? That's the question. Like, we can go here to PulseX, right? And it's weird that when I search Weth, let me just type Ether. That's weird, I think, and very inconsistent that the bridge refers to Weth, but then you go to PulseX, which is like within the PulseChain, PulseX, PulseChain Bridge. It's like all within the same ecosystem, right? It's also within the same ecosystem of developers and development team-ish. So it's really weird to me that Weth is here, but it's not on PulseX. Well, let's look at it hex-wise, right? So if I have this much pulse on hex, sorry, if I have this much hex on PulseChain, well, let's get it over to Ethereum. Let's see if that works. And let's see how much PulseChain it costs. If that works, then hey, that is a way to get, then hex turns out to be a way to get liquidity from Ethereum to PulseChain and vice versa. Yep. It's just so painful that in order to approve, you got to do a gas transaction. Oh well. Oh, the bridge validators ran out of gas. That sounds so dumb, but okay. Yeah, any bridge validators, like, you need to have gas to do that. To be a bridge validator. I think the system should kick your ass out if you don't have any gas and not give you any rewards. Yay! It's approved. All right, now let me send the gas. Oh wait, so the bridge validators, right? They ran out of gas, so I'm sending my hex into oblivion. I'm cool with that because I really want to do a little update on this, like in the comment section. I'd love to do an update on how it worked out. This is what I do to learn about DeFi all the time. I just experiment and play with it safely, and I've learned different ways to safely play with blockchain apps. Safely, all that means is not doing something irresponsible, like putting in your 12-word phrase, or doing something safely is following typical good practices, such as never giving up your 12-word phrase, unless you've lost your wallet and you're recovering it for yourself. It's the only good time to use your 12-word phrase. And other safety measures, like when specifying a approved amount of your own tokens to spend, only specifying the amount that I intend to use. All right. That's right. I probably won't be able to see this, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to know how much gas it would cost. So total like 2,000 gas. All right. Oh, I keep forgetting. The scan site's not up. I'll tell you what. If the blockchain is like, we are currently working on indexing pre-PulseChain fork data, which means that token balances and other stuff may not reflect accurate values until this task is complete. By the way, do you know how long that task takes to complete? I mean, I don't, but in the past when indexing data on the Ethereum blockchain, there's two ways to do it. One is it's not archiving, I forget what it's called, but it's a lot more data. And then another way is less data. It takes a long time. I've had some insane beefy servers in the past, like through companies that I was working with. And you know, I'm fully competent as like a technology officer, so I'm very familiar with these things. And with Ethereum, it could take a while. Yeah. So PulseChain is indexing information from Ethereum, so to say. That could take days. It could take an entire week. If they're using pretty crappy servers for their scan.pulsechain.com, it can take more than a week, like 2 weeks. I'm gonna assume that they're not using really crappy servers, and maybe this will disappear in 24 hours, I hope. Maybe 48 hours. But it just means more waiting. That's fine. I think things with PulseChain are just going to get better and better. It's just right now is a time of losing a lot of gas by doing that. All right, so I think that's very promising that Hex can be used to go back and forth between Ethereum and PulseChain. Like in this example, sending Hex from PulseChain to Ethereum. All right, that's not going to work, right? Okay, still not working. I don't know if I have any stakes here in PulseChain for this address. If I do, that'll be pretty cool. Let's go here. Let's wait for that to load. Okay, so DGen Hexagon says, Robert, go to the transaction button at the top. Thank you for your patience. It must be pretty painful watching me do this while you're just thinking, press that button. I thought I've been pressing that button. Well, I'll go again. Woohoo! I got some stakes! Oh, I don't have shit for value on this. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of cool that in the past, more than $250,000 cashed out on this account. Here's a way to get more. Let's see what this says. It's not popping up. Please. All right, so I came here to see if I could add hex through this area. Doesn't look like I can. Dang it. All right, then let's go here. Hex. Okay, I'm on a mission right now, and that mission is to... It's kind of interesting. That mission is to get the hex contract address. There it is. Dang. Doesn't look too bad. I wonder if people are buying hex to bridge it. Let's put it in like a 1 hour resolution. Whoa. Okay. All right, so here's over the last 2 months. People were so happy about this, but it was just so obvious it was going to drop down again. That's what happens in the hex world. All right, this is cool. That's nice. I'm not going to complain. So now I can import the token. I can import hex. Oh, that's right. All right, so when I put in the token address, this address matches a known Ethereum mainnet token address. Recheck the contract address and network for the token you are trying to add. It's like, dude, MetaMask, did you ever think that maybe I'm trying to add that? Don't tell me this stuff. It would be nice if MetaMask would still like automatically fill that out for me though. All right. Balance is now back to 0. All right, I'm gonna do what you're suggesting, DGen. All right, I did a hard refresh, but you know what? I think you'll be very happy if I do that too. Like, that's reasonable, right? It's reasonable to close it out and do that. Okay. Transactions. Don't tell me it happened again. Yep. I have another idea to have this work. The other idea is for me not to use a VPN. I'm using a VPN. Like when you use a VPN, chances are a lot of other people are using that same VPN, and they could be doing what you're doing, which is like Web3 stuff. Let's see what my phone does. All right, so on my phone, I'm connected to not a VPN. Yeah, that's off. So okay. All right, I'm gonna verify right here, right now, if this is a VPN issue. Or maybe it's an issue because I was using PulseChain Bridge a lot earlier. And maybe I ran into too many calls for this Web3 thing. All right, I'm now on PulseChain. Now connected to my account. This account, the same account that you're all looking at. All right, now I'm gonna go to the bridge. Okay, the bridge is bridge.pulsechain.com. Okay, bridge.pulsechain. See, I would just switch my VPN now. I just imagine, like, I don't know what would happen. I'm sure OBS, like the video software. Okay, that was fun. What just happened? I'm sure the software would just switch like over. So yeah. I'm sure it would just like switch the connection, but yeah, who knows? Connect wallet. All right, connecting my wallet. All right. Now I'm going to the transaction section. So here's the thing with the transactions. Here's the thing though. If I'm connected and I'm showing my transactions, it's probably not going to show on my phone though. It's probably only going to show like on the same device, because a lot of this transactional information, it's saved into your cookies. Like it's saved into your local storage information. You know, those are custom tokens. Don't show claims. Disable balance while token fetch. Okay. Mainnet pulse Ethereum from token. Okay, maybe that's like where some of the information is kept for my purposes. All right. Yep. All right, cool. I'm gonna try switching the VPN. See how that works. Because that might be pretty cool. All right. Let's pop that up. All right, wish me luck. I'm gonna switch to VPN. So this stream is either gonna end or something really weird is gonna happen. I'm excited. 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, negative anymore. I mean, I might be, but I just might be on a different location. Let's refresh. Am I still here? All right. Forbidden. Okay, so we got the forbidden error. Oops, I need to look at that. Come on, transaction page, show me my stuff. All right, so it's telling me that this is not allowed, this thing that I'm doing. Where is it? History for what? Okay. Eth mainnet alchemy API.io. All right, so whatever API key is being used, it's not allowing it. VPN USA. So DGen Hexagon, are you actually loading this page, this transactions page? So what it looks like to me is it looks like the API key that is being used for this like data provider, for this Web3 data provider, it looks like the API key is not allowed to be used at the moment. Yeah, that'd be a problem. Good. All right, there's 22 people viewing. This must be the most amazing live stream we've ever seen. Okay, so I'm getting a chance. Ooh, you know what? I've got an idea. Brave. Let me turn those shields off. All right, I bet you it works now. I'm gonna do a speed test while I do this too. Transaction links. Oh, it's still doing that? Dang. All right, so we've confirmed that when you're on Brave and you turn shields, when you put the shields down, you're still gonna get that error. Well, another thing that would be really useful and cool is, okay, so when you see that you can take, when you see this app, you press this button to go bi-directionally. So you can send funds from PulseChain to Ethereum and vice versa from Ethereum to PulseChain. This is useful because on Ethereum, we have the whole world of decentralized exchanges, just like PulseChain has, but we also have centralized exchanges that will very happily give us dollars for a US dollar coin and such, right? So this is good. So what it looks like so far is that if you have, what it looks like so far is that if you have on the PulseChain network, if you have DAI, if you have Hex, USD Tether, USD Coin, etc. It looks like if you have these things, if you have Weth.Robert, I feel sorry for you. It looks like if you have these things, then you're going to be able to get any money you have from PulseChain to Ethereum, to your bank account or to your prepaid debit card. That's kind of cool. Other way around though, people who want to buy something in the Pulse world, Let's see if I can do this the other way around. I don't know how it's gonna work, but let's see if I can send. Dang, I don't have a whole lot of anything on this account. Maybe I should go to another account. Well, let's see what happens if I send some WEF over, right? What does this equal? Like $90. That seems fair. Yeah, let's send like $90 over. Okay. So whenever sending a native token, you don't have any like approval kind of safety. I don't know if you would call it, if I call it safety. Come on. And let's give it a little higher priority. That's what I like to do. A lot of the times when the Ethereum network is busy, on MetaMask, I'm going to just increase, like here's my priority fee, there's the base fee, 55 way. I'm going to increase this. And I think it's very much worth it to pay anywhere between 10 cents extra to $5 extra, even to 20, 30, 40, $50 extra. It's worth it to pay that much on a transaction, because the other thing that can happen is the transaction can fail. And when a transaction fails because of like running out of gas because you didn't specify enough of a fee, when that happens, you could be completely out of $100. You could completely be out, like you could have spent $50 for a fee, like to do nothing. You could have spent $100. You could have spent $20. So to give your transaction extra priority in MetaMask, I think it's totally worth it to do that every time, and I do it every time. Wrap and relay tokens. See what that looks like. All right, from here to here. Aha! Wow. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of cringing over here. Okay, so it costs $20 to do it. I like to look at how much gas was expected to be used and how much actually got used. I look at that all the time. Okay. And then WEF Omni Bridge Router. Cool. Here's everybody that wants to get some funds on the PulseChain. This is cool to look at. This address here, this could potentially be everyone who wants to move funds from Ethereum to PulseChain. So in the last few hours, that would be like 1,500 transactions. Internal transactions. Okay, wait. See if these are the same. Okay, supposedly 29 seconds ago. Oh. Okay, that's the parent hash. I just want to like inspect one of these transactions. Okay. Whenever you see like actual like ether transfers, a lot of times you're going to see them as an internal transaction. You may not always see it here. Oh, excuse me. All right. Hello, Gary Mercury. I guess now is a great time to talk about the 3 phases of genius, which I can't wait to get that information to everyone. It's gonna be really cool. I think it's gonna be a great way to visualize genius's like purpose and AI and three main categories of what's going on tokenomically and how they like relate to one another and lead to one. All right, waiting for that block to finalize. Wait a minute, what block? Which one was mine? Let's copy this. All right, I'm around here. Cool. Refresh that. Look at it again. Holy God. There's been a good amount of transactions that have happened after me. All right, so 3 minutes ago, I did this wrap and relay. So 3 minutes ago, that's like what? That's like 20 something 20 block confirmations. I was thinking 20 exactly, but I'm also thinking about time keeps on ticking as I talk. Ticking as I talk. Dude, I've been doing way too much TikTok lately. That's all I gotta say. I used to be a professional drummer, by the way, so sometimes I do that. Well, I keep taking these deep breaths because I'm just kind of like, wait, click here to begin a new bridge. You can see the status of this bridge anytime on the transactions page. I wish I could see the transactions page because everyone can see it but me, and I feel really left out. All right, well, if that's the case, I don't think I can do any more about bridging here other than come back later. So I sent a transaction from PulseChain to Ethereum. I look forward to receiving that hex, be like 3,000 something hex. And I look forward to the opposite. I look forward to where I was sending about $90 worth of Ethereum or $90 worth of Ether currency over to PulseChain. And that'll be there as WETH. And then I'll finally get to see what contract address WETH is, maybe. Anyone knows the contract address for WETH? Well, I guess nobody should really trust anybody that posts in the comments, but I really want to know what this address is. Like, that would be really nice if like RH and team would have that information here. That would be really, really useful. Maybe I can get the information from here. That would be incredibly useful. Oh wait, that's WETH from. Oh, excuse me. They're probably using the same address itself. Yay! RH posted the addresses. You know, I'm gonna just take a guess that he posted the addresses here on pulsechain.com. And if not, then he probably posted it on his Twitter, right? So just a tip for any of you who were blocked by Richard Hart, or if you block them also, or vice versa, just use a private browser and you can view everything that they post. I'm hanging that one up. Let's see. All right. Cool. So he posted this. Nice. There's WETH. There's DAI. Is that also DAI on? Let's see. That's kind of crappy. So the DAI token address on PulseChain's bridge. Wait, these are the contract addresses for Ethereum tokens bridge from PulseChain. Add the token address to your wallet if you want the tokens to show in your wallet. Okay, and this is DAI's address? Dude, I'm sorry, Richard, but that's not DAI's address. That's some other fucking contract that you posted, that your team did. That's stupid. Excuse my language, but I just feel like people should do better. People like Richard Hartman, they should absolutely do better. Okay. So that's completely useless if the DAI token you receive, these are the contract addresses for the token bridge. PulseChain. Okay, well maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not actually the ERC20s. Maybe it's a contract where you can claim it. That would be better, but I don't see why they need to do that. But that might be what he's doing. Because after all, the hex address is different too. Hey, what's going on here? All right, so Richard Hart posted these. I freaking love this meme so much. All right. Watch the bridge deposit in real time. Oh, 171. That's kind of cool. That'd be even cooler if, like, to have that address. That'd be really cool. Let me see. Okay, so here's the wrap and relay. It's not the same address he's talking about, but that's fine. Probably find it. There it is. Okay, so here, this is the address here. Cool. All right, so this address, 01715, I'm gonna paste it into the chat right now. Good night, D-Jan. Love you. So this address, like $13 million was deposited into it so far. That's cool. Oh, hold on. This is where it's got to verify that I'm a human being. Ugh. There we go. Verify that I'm a human being. Okay. That's cool. If anyone wants to donate to the bridge validators, they have gas. Why don't you donate it, man? Didn't you guys make the bridge? Aren't you guys like benefiting from the fees that the bridges get? Like, all right. Stop tweeting and fix the bridge first. That's funny. That happened to me earlier. I'm working on the Genius NFTs right now. Like I'm doing the coding, and it's done. But there's some little research stuff being done, and gonna get that code like public, like open source, so everybody else can see how to do Genius NFTs. And the Genius Grantor, if you read from the Grantor messages in that room, the Genius Grantor is just basically like, this has to be open source for any of it to be approved. So that's next. So it's kind of funny, like people were telling me, get back to work. It's like, okay, it's like, it's true. Let me get back to work. Well, I really wish that the contract addresses for the Ethereum token bridge from PulseChain, I really wish that they were using, well, no, actually, now that I think about it, that can make sense. It would just be really nice if you were just being sent that stuff. Like, it would be nice if on my Ethereum wallet, I didn't have to add DAI again. So, but let me try that. Let me try adding these. Import tokens. Oops, custom token. All right, so let's just say hex.bridge. 8 decimal places. Oh, that's so weird. It won't let me do that. Okay, it's not letting me set a token decimal. So I'll just keep it to 0. That's the one I want to receive, is that. Yeah, once again, this is the token thingy. These are all the tokens that the PulseChain Bridge has received. or currently has on balance. 6 million hex, 2 million in ether, 2 million US dollar coin, DAI, Shiba Inu as well, Pulse Bitcoin. That's kind of cool. That's interesting. Like Pulse Bitcoin's not an option, but some people sent like 5 grand of Pulse Bitcoin just to get on this list. That's smart. Those Pulse Bitcoin guys who market it, I think they're really smart. Let's see. Okay. USDC. All right, well, anyways, so as far as how to use a bridge, that's how. I don't know how much of the beginning of the video actually got in here, but that's how. You're sending funds from Ethereum to PulseChain. So you're sending some token on Ethereum, whatever token that is, to not the real version of the token on PulseChain, but to some version of the token that like represents it and can be used for bridging. All right. If anyone has any questions here, I'm happy to take some questions and answer in regards to bridge. I'm also hoping that some time will pass and this transaction thing works. That'll make me really happy. But I don't know. They showed up. Yay. I'm so happy now. It works. You see this? You see this happy smile? All it takes is software to work and then the whole world's happy again, right? That's pretty cool. That would be scary. In fact, I'm just going to open these transactions because I am paranoid. I want these transactions just in case something happens. All right, let's claim my PulseX on Ethereum. Where am I though? Okay, I'm on Ethereum mainnet. So let me claim my hex. Transaction to the bridge is found, but Oracle's confirmations are not collected yet. Wait a minute to try again. Okay, that makes sense. So oracles, for anybody that doesn't know what that is, while we wait, I'll explain oracles. Have you seen the movie The Matrix, where there's an oracle that the main character Neo will talk to? The oracle is like someone who passes information from like one dimension or one world to another. And that's in the Ethereum world, a oracle is something like trusted to pass information from the world outside of the Ethereum blockchain and pass that information like to bring it into the Ethereum blockchain itself. So that's what an oracle is. Okay. All right, well, what about this claim? Because this claim is longer. Oh, same thing. All right, I gotta wait for some oracles now. I mean, that's nice that I get some transactions. You know, it probably happened earlier where I was getting all these errors before. What could have also happened is this here is a list of information, right? Like a list of transactions. That list could have been blank and empty before. And because it was blank and empty, the transactions page wouldn't load. So when it comes to like a user experience, like this isn't too great of a user experience, but it's fine. Show unreceived. I like some of the icons and pictures they're using. They're cool. All right, let's get the PulseChain one. Okay, that's probably not found because I gotta switch to PulseChain. PulseChain. Let me switch from here. Disconnect? No, I don't want to do that. All right, where is PulseChain? By optimism. I think that's it. Yeah, that looks about it, considering the fact that that's it. Okay. Now let me try finding. No transaction found. Which one is that? 65D. What's this one? Copy. So this is why I keep saying, like, if you don't know how to use the URL section, and I meet people all the time that don't know how to use the URL section of their browser, just learn to use it. It's incredibly helpful. All right, let me then try to find it. Dang. So I was very happy to see things. I'll be very happy to have them work too. Why is it telling me not found? Maybe I do gotta be. Maybe I do gotta be on the Ethereum network in order to find it, even though I was before. Gimme. Okay. I'm still getting that whole like throttle thing that happened before, where it wasn't allowing me. Well, maybe I can connect to a VPN. Maybe that'll help me. Let's see, what VPN am I going to connect to? All right, this will cut out for a second, but I'll be back. All right, it's going to cut out right about now. All right, if you can let me know in the chat when we're back. All right, if you can let me know in the chat when we're back, I would love to know. What's this? Well, fgasstation.info. That's awesome. I didn't know about this website. I just think it's such a cool name. Okay. Recommended priority fee in Gwei. Okay. Looks like we're back. Oh, makes sense. Dgen Hexagon, man, I feel like you should just be on this stream with me. So Dgen Hexagon is clearly keeping up to date on information. And he said this to me earlier about can't claim until received transaction received. Bridges are overloaded. I gotcha. So then this until can't claim until received transaction received. I see. So there's the sending transaction where you send your tokens to the bridge. And then there's a receiving transaction. I would imagine that the receiving transaction is like done simultaneously. Like the bridge unlocks the funds and that action also sends me the stuff. Or sends the person the stuff. All right, let's go over here. Gas fees slapping you in the butt as you exit to greener pig pastures. That's funny. Gas fees slapping you in the butt on your exit out. What is this? Oh, cool. Oh, congrats. It's number 4 in gas usage. That's pretty cool. Let's load up this gas tracker. I'll bring it over here. So here's the gas tracker. And there it is, number 3. So the PulseChain Bridge is number 3, consuming about 4% of all the gas in the last 3 hours. Or using that much gas in the last 3 hours. That's pretty cool. I wish that gave some insight into like how much gas these validators needed. A bridge allows trading pairs to be created for bridge in assets. Then people can add liquidity to those pairs if they wish. Specifics later. If anyone wants to donate some pulse to the bridge validator so they have gas, each of these addresses are a different validator. All right, so if you look at his tweet, section, you'll probably see like a bunch of questions on this. Dude, you're a multimillionaire. What the fuck? I mean, he's probably a billionaire. If he isn't, then he's not. Whatever. Pepe. I mean, it's true. People don't expect like have to pay extra gas to validators, and validators are profiting off of these actions. So really, validators should pay for their own gas or not receive that profit. But I think at the same time, if people really want it, it's gonna have to be paid for somehow, right? All right, I'm gonna see how this is going. All right, so this is kind of difficult because the idea. So here are the. Let's just pull out this one. Cool. So here's one validator, and that's pretty amazing that this information is kind of up to date here. 18 minutes out. $18 minutes ago. So wow, this validator's been pretty busy. This validator seems to have a decent amount of pulse, if you ask me. Let's check out the next one. All right, here's the next validator. Let's see how much pulse that motherfucker has. Kind of the same, 13.1 million. All right, let's go to the next dude. So it seems like that these validators, even though they ran out of gas, it seems like they've got gas to do things. I don't know how much gas it, well, let's see what kind of transactions they're sending. So the validators are sending transactions that are succeeding, so that's good. It's costing them about 391 pulse per transaction. Gas use per transaction. Only 4%. Only using like 4% of the limit amount of gas. I wonder why they're 1208. Let's see when these started getting gas, because I see out of the corner of my eye someone like, what? Richard Hart is claiming bridge validators have no gas? Yeah, he claimed that. I'm just double checking to make sure that this would be like the current balance. It may not be because, this information could be outdated, but it doesn't look like it's outdated any more than 2 hours ago, which is quite a while. And that's quite a while when it comes to like blockchain time. The first validator was like probably 20 minutes ago now. The first validator, 21 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. Damn, man. I've got like temporal awareness right now. Let's see what the other validators have. How long ago they surely had that balance. All right, about at least an hour ago, this dude had at least that balance. I mean, the fact that Richard Hart like is asking people for Pulse and doesn't have it or claims to not have it, that's good for the ecosystem too. But now, if somebody was asking for PulseX after you had the Hex OA like sacrifice so much Hex for PulseX, it'd be really weird if some entity was asking for PulseX, especially if it were related to Richard Hart. All right, so here's in 1 million Pulse. Okay, 5,000 was sent somewhere in these fees. Yeah, it seems to me like These validators have more than enough. It seems like they have more than enough balance to pay for gas, but also more than enough balance to pay for gas. The fee per transaction, whatever transaction they're doing, which I'm guessing is unlocking coins for the bridge. And these would be incoming. These would be like Ethereum incoming into PulseChain transactions. My guess is, let me see. Well, these are validators, so I've never made a bridge before, so I'm speculating here that this validator, the transaction itself is just sending a message just to say, yep, that's valid. Okay. Probably nothing useful in there. I should back out of there. Oh, excuse me. I wonder if this is the token address. FE9A. Okay, this is just the address of this person. Okay, I'm curious. I'm gonna look at the last one. So these all have seemed to have like more than 10 million pulse. Okay. And this validator was active 5 days ago before PulseChain was even launched. Interesting. Maybe this was copied from, nope, it wasn't copied from. I was gonna say maybe this was a copy from the F blockchain state. So this is interesting. Yeah, I guess it was like 5 days ago that the fork happened. Hmm. All right. Ooh, this put me to sleep. Where I am, it is way, way later than this time at the top. It says 10 p.m. When it comes to security ops, when you're doing a screen thing, just always want to change that. Well, anyways, I'm sleepy, and I think if you're in the same position I am, where if you're waiting for the bridge to finish, well, let me try it again, right? I'll hit claim and it'll work and I'll be really happy. But if you're in the same position I'm in, really all you can do is wait. And I think that's a safe bet. I think that's a safe thing to do. Let's click a bunch of these, see if it works. I think it's a safe thing to do just to wait because the whole PulseChain ecosystem, they're in this for the sake of it working, for the sake of it working for everyone. So all the people and all the attention that was put into PulseChain, the whole purpose was for this to work, was to work for everybody, was to get money into PulseChain, money as in like assets that are more liquid, more recognizable by real businesses and such. And also for people to get value out of PulseChain and into Ethereum. So there's good intentions behind all of this. Give me on. I wonder how many people I wonder how many people are yawning as a result of me yawning here, like transferring it through the computer. Only bridging on the way back to the Ethereum chain. Well, I think that makes sense, Gary. I think what you're saying makes sense. There's one way to check that out. You can look here. This is my Ethereum one. Oops. I don't have any hex. Oops, and I'm expecting hex. Don't have any Pulse Dogecoin. Actually, I sold that and burned it for the Pulse Bitcoin. That was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. Don't got you wait. I'm not waiting no more. Here's a custom token for Raquel. Got some genius in y'all. Huh. All right, so when it comes to Ethereum, I don't have what I'm looking for. No problem. Let me switch back over to PulseChain. So you don't hit claim. You only claim when bridging back to F. I think that makes sense. Let's see. Wrong button. Oh, wait. So WEF is something I should have. That's a fake WEF. So let me go ahead and grab that, see if I got it already. Oh, dang. Okay, here's the contract addresses, blah, blah, blah. Bridge from PulseChain. Oh, wait. Bridge from the website to PulseChain. All right. I think I misunderstood that earlier. Pretty sleepy. Let's add it. Let's see if I got it. Whoops, wrong button. Import. Yay. I don't have any though. No. All right, I gotta rename this one at least. Oh, it won't let me rename it. That sucks. Wait, maybe I can here. Dang, it won't let me rename it. Well, dang it. Dang it, MetaMask. MetaMask, dang it. Darn internet. I don't care if you hear nobody. All right, well, thanks for watching. I guess I'll tweet tomorrow how that went. If you're in my position, just wait. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to sleep and wait and stuff. That'd be great if there was a wait token for how long you wait for the bridge, but the bridge was just released, so you know, sometimes when you release something, even though, I mean, you can test, you can do so much testing. It's really hard to anticipate what's going to happen when you're like on a mainnet environment. Like that's what happened with Genius. Genius was quite a complex launch, and also complex because like of trust and wanting it to be a decentralized launch, which is not really, you can't really decentralize the launch. But with Genius's release, you know, we would have things be proven on mainnet within our script before we actually ran the scripts. And even then we ran into a really bogus issue, like where the contract suddenly wouldn't compile. There was literally no change within the contract. There was like a greater than or equal to sign, greater than or less than sign that was changed, and that was to signal that it could be launched. So yeah, so a lot of times when you go to mainnet, no matter how much research you do, no matter how prepared you are, it's like you're always going to run into a problem. So it seems like that's happened here, and that's okay. That's okay, because it's nothing that can't be fixed. And there are things in the DeFi world that can't be fixed, right? So a lot of things here I'm sure can be fixed, and we'll be able to see how this works. This will be really cool. I think I'll do another video on this, update everybody on how my stuff went and how people can get money back and forth between PulseChain. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm gonna end that stream. Good night. Well, How about I end it like right now instead? Yeah, I'll end it right now. Goodbye.